What's up, guys? I'm here at the office just hanging out with the crew, and we were actually discussing, why a lot of people are failing in Shopify nowadays. Why a lot of marketers have actually jumped ship. They're chasing different type of, ideas and programs and stuff like that. It's actually because the market has gotten harder, but it's not because that's not the only reason why. It's actually because what they're doing is actually outdated, right? We have a whole bunch of marketers who are continuously doing the same thing over again, stealing each other's products, chasing after each other's winners, and that becomes a whole shit fest, right? And obviously it saturates the market and it makes it harder for anybody else to actually have success in it. So that's why I'm telling these guys, hey, listen, stick with personalization. Personalization is a market that hasn't been touched. It's, why? Because the sky's the limit on it, right? Last month I sold over $300,000 worth of t-shirt. And why I say last month is because, we're right here at the end of the month, and we're in Pride Month, right? But the t-shirt was angled at the Pride members, right? Basically saying that even though she's my sister, I still love her, love my sister, things that have to do with pride, and I was actually attaching the name of the sister to the t-shirt, right? So I get the ability for the customer to drop in their sister's name, their husband's name, their wife's name, whatever type of name they wanted to add to the shirt because it was pride, right? Or they're lesbian, they were gays. I was actually able to go into this market and make it personalizable for them, and they quickly jumped on it just to show their pride, right? They wanted to be part of it. They enjoyed the t-shirt. It was emotional for them, and it was personalized to them. Okay, and these are things that I'm telling you guys that you guys should be able to take advantage of. Okay, personalization is something that's infinite. It's not going anywhere. It's not ending. You're catering to the customer. The customer knows that you don't have this on hand, that you have to manufacture this, so they're okay with waiting. Like, this literally is a market that you can come in and start seeing success if you target the correct things, because the products are endless. They're up to your imagination, right? Whereas you having to find a gadget, having to spy on somebody's store, having to take somebody's store, having to take somebody's landing page, just like you're trying to take somebody's landing page, somebody's going to take your landing page. It becomes a whole, like I said, like a whole like stockpiling of people just stealing people's things, and that's very easy to saturate, right? That saturates, but personalization doesn't. Print on demand is good, but you have to have sometimes you have to have the design too. But even when you put a design on something, so let's say you wanted to start with a print on demand, right? And let's say you have so see, this is what I mean by personalization, because you can take existing print on demand stuff that you see under that's actually winning, but give the customer the opportunity to append a name to it. For instance, there's a bunch of people saying that with shirts, with hoodies, everything, right? That says sometimes they say like, oh, I love my grandma, love Nana, right? What if you gave the customer the opportunity to say, hey, Nana loves, and then you actually added the names of the grandkids. Now you're taking it a step further. They're gonna want to input their grandkids' names because they don't have shirts like that, because nobody's doing this. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So when you give the customer the ability to just add a name, add an image, add something, it hasn't been done. The markets aren't hitting. The Shopify owners aren't hitting this type of markets, so they're open, right? There's plenty of room because everybody wants to add a personalized touch to their products. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like if you can personalize a product, it makes it 10 times better. You're baiting on their emotions already. Now you're hitting them emotionally. You target grandmas, but you give the ability for the grandmas to add their names to the shirts of their grandkids.
And grandmas are buying on Facebook?
Right, absolutely. Grandmas is a huge niche. You put the shirt on a kid and mock up on a little kid, or anything saying, or vice versa, right? With the grandma buy it for the grandkids. Your Nana is the greatest. My Nana and her name is the greatest. Right? When you're able to have the customer put a name on something, put their picture on something, it literally opens up the entire market, because no one's doing it. But why no one's doing it is because no one knows how to connect how to get these type of apps on the Shopify store, right? And then connect it to the manufacturer. Have it set up to where they're not actually physically having to design that's why it's so hard, because let's say you have a shirt, right? Let's say somebody gives you a shirt, and now they added that they you have the data and they put the name Albert, for instance, right? You have to come in, design it, and put the name Albert in there, right? Then now in comes somebody else and puts the name George. You have to now design the shirt again and drop the name George, right? That's why it becomes so hard. Some people don't want to do it because they have to literally design it themselves. But when you have it connected to the manufacturer, where you have a set template of how the shirt looks, right? And then the names are data being sent to the manufacturer. The manufacturers will automatically, their softwares, they'll set up to where the softwares automatically put that name in. And you have the set template. You can create your designs. You can go get your designs on Etsy. You can find your designs are everywhere. You can look for winning products, right, that are already out there and personalize them. So I'm saying the whole personalization market is huge. It's immense. And it hasn't been hit. And even if it was being hit hard, it is not saturated. Because it boils down to your idea and then the customer inputting their names. There's billions of people. There's 7 billion people on Earth. It's impossible to saturate personalization. Each own person has their own personalization way they want something, right? They have their own name. They have their own picture, their own anything. So it's an endless market. But it's so hard to get into. That's why people aren't doing it. Because they can't figure out how to connect two and two, or how to get the apps. They have to hire out big teams to oh man, add this name on the shirt. So it's very hard to get into the market, and that's why it's actually untapped. Search is just an example. You can personalize everything, anything: phone cases, watches, jewelry. You can everything can be personalized, right? It's a market that literally is untapped, man. And that's what people need to gravitate towards and go that direction to have success. Because nowadays, man, everything is just the same gadgets, the same products being sold, the same low ticket products. It converts. I mean, to me, it's all Chinese garbage. So I'm trying to tell you that it's an untapped area that no one's paying attention to. It's what I've made a living on for the past 4 or 5 years. Personalization, print on demand. I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years successfully.